Hey everybody, welcome to White Family Farm. Today we are just hanging out with the chickens. Come on, hang out with us. It is really hot out here. Probably one of the hottest days I think that we have had this year. We live in Ohio. It doesn't get like in the hundreds. Every once in a while it'll get to, be 100, but I would say it's probably about 90 something degrees right now. And there is a storm. There's going to be a storm coming in. We are under heat advisory for the day. I think it's said till like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or something like that. So 2 things that we do to help beat the heat with our chickens. Close this door. We don't want the turkeys out. We do one of several things. We make sure that they are loaded up on different things from the garden. And if I don't, then my mom or somebody always has scraps to give them. So, and then a couple things that we've done, like I give them frozen blueberries. So that cools them down. We come out here obviously and give them fresh water. Go ahead and we'll take a closer look in the coop here. Another thing that we did, now you really have to be careful as far as how you hook these up, because it is a cheap fan that you can see here. I just have like a really cheap box fan put in here that we bought at like Dollar General. And my husband, I got a spider web on me, it's kind of gross. My husband wired it to the cage, and then he put the wire in place up there. We got a ton of spider webs, sorry. But yeah, you put the wire in place. And that actually keeps the birds really cool. And they come in here a lot during the day when it's really hot out. And they sit on their perches. Like, we have sand in the coop, and that helps a lot too. See them all in there? And what they do then is they lay in the sand and keep cool, and the sand collects a little bit of moisture for them, so they just lay in it and they really like it. But for the most part, if they're a smart bird, they're gonna sit on the perches right in front of that fan. We have ducks in here. It's so hilarious. They're in here. What are you guys doing? And this is Quackers. Hey, Quacks. Can you see him? Okay, I don't know if you guys remember, but we had ducks lay eggs last time for us, and we were like keeping them safe. And then it was horrible. A raccoon got all the babies, and we were really sad about that. So our duck is now sitting on a clutch of eggs. I think there's maybe 8. And she has them in a really secret place. So we're hoping that she can just raise them naturally and everything will be okay. The other 3 ducks that we have are Polish hen, which is really rare for them to go broody ever. They have she had been sitting on 3 eggs and she hatched those a while back. So I'm flipping the camera around, and yeah. This has really brought up the conversation with us multiple times, is whether or not we want to continue to raise turkeys. See how they're eating out of my husband's hand? Yeah, they're almost like a dog. And we have grown really attached to them. And we even kept a resident turkey from last year. And so we don't know. We're going to discuss it. Maybe next year we will raise a bunch. But once our daughter is out of 4-H, I don't know if we'll be continuing to raise turkeys. Just for the fact that, look at him. He's like the turkey whisperer. They just are so friendly and they're so cute. It makes it really hard. We do have one Tom in the group, and that's the one right there. The little thing on their head, the top of the head, is called a snood, and that thing gets really big and just hangs.
His head turns blue.
He's cool. I mean, he's not aggressive or anything, obviously. They really love the cucumbers, and this one's gonna bite me. Hi. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it hurts a little bit, but it's just like a pinch. It's no big deal. Not like a goose or anything. But yeah, so we named him Tom. I mean, it's a generic name. It's not like we're naming our livestock or anything. But yeah, we just don't know if we want to continue with them. We're going to talk about it. And so far, the heat hasn't really bothered them that much. We just make sure that they have fresh water every day. Now, your chickens can withstand heat, okay? They withstand heat in Hawaii, and they're wild in Hawaii, okay? We're not in Hawaii temperatures. We're not tropical here. So your birds can withstand a lot of heat, okay? The thing is you don't want them to get stressed too much. They get stressed and they won't lay. Happy birds lay happy eggs. So we just make sure that we give them lots of snacks, lots of fresh water, and we have a fan in the coop. Typically though, we don't do fans. Like, we don't do that, and we're not going to do any heat in the winter unless it's like sub-Arctic.
If it gets down below 0, then I'll probably put heat on.
For the most part, their feathers is just like a duck. It's down. They have their own heat source. They put their feet up in their feathers and they cover their beaks. Hi, Graybeard. And they're fine. So, oh, there's one of the roosters. See, that's the one I'm confused about. I don't know if it's a rooster or if it's an actual hen. See how it has the thing on top, but yet, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
Hey now, come on now.
Hey, Gerald. I told my husband I'm keeping him, this guy right here, no matter what. I don't care if he gets aggressive. He is the coolest looking rooster I have ever seen. And so far, they're not aggressive. I mean, they're aggressive towards each other a little bit. The other day, there was a fight between Gerald and Raoul. I'm sorry, not Raoul, Ralph. That's the one right there. I don't know if you can see. That is Ralph. And there was a little bit of fight between Gerald and him. They were all poofed out, but they're doing okay. That is Raoul. Hey, Raoul. He just flew away. But, hey, are you pecking my feet? Who do you think you are? Hey, sweetheart. How you doing? You see my phone case? So, yeah, they're doing pretty good in the heat. Just like I said, and every once in a while, I think it's mainly for my own personal use, not really for the chickens. I don't really think they care, but every once in a while I'll come out here and I'll mist their area just because it makes me feel better. Not because I don't think it makes the chickens feel better, which I'm sure they love laying in the wet grass. That probably does them good, but it's mainly for my own pleasure. Like, I want to make sure that they're nice and cool, you know? So I'll come out here and I'll squirt the grass or whatever so they can lay in it. But for the most part, they're staying pretty cool out here. Two signs that your chicken is hot is, one, they will be panting. And then two, they will spread their wings out like a football player or like a macho man or something. They'll spread their wings out and they'll pant. And that means your chicken's getting some air. So I've seen that quite a bit out here, but none of them were at the point where they're so hot it's ridiculous. They got shade out here. We put this Amish buggy out here, and that is enough for them too. What you want basically with your chicken yard is you want to make sure that they do have some coverage. It's not just because coverage from the heat though. You want to just make sure they have some coverage because there are predators that come from the sky, like hawks. We had a red-tailed hawk out here that was stalking them, and you could actually see it from the sky, like it was stalking them. So, hey, you're making so much noise. So, they'll come down from the sky. So you just want to make sure that they have plenty of things. Graybeard really likes me. She keeps touching my legs. She's panting a little bit. But you just want to make sure that they have coverage from the sky and stuff. So we also have a dust bath for them covered. And I haven't really seen them at all in it. They really like the sand that's in their coop. They'll go in there. But we have a dust bath out here, and it's covered by a roof. And they go in that quite a bit. But I think these chickens just really either really like me, or they just think I have food, because I come in here a lot with food and they follow me everywhere. That's Henrietta. And that's Longlegs LaRue. See how she's panting? And that just means she's hot, and she's kind of got her wings out a little bit, but she's okay. She's not going to perish because she's a little bit hot. It'll be okay. These birds have been living for hundreds of years in hot weather. I think they can handle it. You can do things, and it'll help you make you feel better too. I mean, you could just freeze food for them. I've done that a lot. Frozen blueberries or frozen watermelon seeds or anything left over, you can just pop in the freezer, and then you can, give it to them, and they love it. They'll attack it. But for the most part, they're going to be okay out here. There's Poof. Hey, Poofy. What you doing? Poofy is our olive egger and gray beard. She lays eggs, but she's a Polish, so she only lays, like, I think it said, like, 83 eggs a year. Not that many. And there is a speckled Sussex. We have just some mixed ones in here, and then we have some purebred ones. These Polish are purebred. Gerald over here, he is an Easter egger rooster. He is a mix, but that is just the breed that he is. We have some Barred Rock, and over there we have Raoul, that's Raoul, and he is a Polish rooster. Yeah. Hey, Ralph. Looking good today. He's getting picked on a little bit, so he still has a red top. Hey. And this is our resident turkey, and she's doing really good with the chickens. She hasn't beat them up too bad. She is at the top of the pecking order, though, here. If any of them get in her way, she'll just swat at them, and they run. So she's pretty good. And she went head to toe with Gerald one day, but nothing ever came about it, so they're good. They just, they get irritated with each other every once in a while, just like humans. So, all right, I'm gonna set the camera down, and you can take a look and, just look at the yard. It's so much fun to just stare and look at the chickens. We have no